Hello and welcome to Caveman TV. In this episode, I'm going to be continuing my 1, 2, 3 adversary series where I go through levels 1 through 3 of each adversary for newer players. And tonight, I'm going to be continuing the Kingdom of Brandenburg, Prussia with a nice Prussia level 2 game. And I randomed into board F here and decided that I might actually play some Keeper into it. So before we jump into the game, let's just talk a little bit more about a quick review of Brandenburg, Prussia. Now, Prussia has no additional loss conditions. You can only win the three, or lose, you can only lose the three main ways. So, running out of Blight, a spirit loses all their presence, running out of exploration cards. So basically Blight, Presence, or Time. Now, and I can actually write these like this. So, Blight, Presence, Time. Okay. And so the BPT, and really, so Sweden, the other adversary with no additional loss condition, is pressuring Blight and Presence, and Prussia is pressuring your time. Okay, that's what Prussia wants you to do. They want you to run out of time. And that's really, once you get past this level 1, right, this level 1 where we're just adding a town to land number 3, after that, we're just changing and then shortening the invader deck. And this level 2, the only change is we take one of the level 3 cards and we move it up here. So it's 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then your level 3s. Okay. And so really what they're trying to do at this level is, your spirit is less developed. Maybe you're not prepared necessarily, especially as a new player, to handle, a double explore and double ravage from 4 lands this early in the game. And so that's how they're trying to get you at this lower level. And then, of course, the escalation on each board with buildings, add 1 town to a land without towns. Okay. And I'm going to be jumping into this, again, as I said, as Keeper. And Keeper is considered a very strong spirit. And so kind of some people tend to stay away from them because of that. I enjoy Keeper. We got our growth. We get to pick 2. So reclaim cards gain an energy, gain a power card, add presence to a land with wilds or presence and gain +1 energy, or at the cost of 3 energy, gain a power card, add a presence to a land without blight. And really strong track, so we start gaining 2 energy a turn, we end gaining 9 energy a turn if we get there. We start with 1 card play and end at 5 with a reclaim 1. Very some of the strongest tracks in the game, in my opinion. Forbidden Ground, special rule. After you create a sacred site, push all Dahan from that land. Dahan events never move Dahan to your presence, but powers can do so. Innate powers, punish those who trespass, range 0. 2 damage, destroy a Dahan. And then the level 2, +1 for every Sun Plant combo you have, and then at level 3 you get to split that powers damage between target land and one of your lands. And then Spreading Wilds, it has to be in a land without blight. You get to push 1 explorer per 2 sun you have. If that, then next level, if that land has no explorers, add 1 wilds, and then you can give it range and give it range, so it can reach further and further away. A fun spirit, in my opinion. I like Keeper a lot. Using Forbidden Ground to set up Dahan pushes, to defends, things like that. Yeah, just a fun spirit. He's also one of the, a major spirit, which can be fun to play. So let's jump on into it. Okay, board F, which was part of the reason I decided to play Keeper, because it's got a nice central starting presence here on board F. And so I'm going to go with the Keeper opening. I'm going to go with here is I'm going to start by gaining a power card, and I'm going to gain a minor. Really, kind of looking for a good defend because Keeper doesn't have one. Some nice picks here. Call of the Dahan Ways. 1 energy. Moon, Water, Animal. Replace 1 Explorer with 1 Dahan. If you got 2 Moon, instead replace 1 Town with 1 Dahan. It has to target a land with Dahan. Gift of Twin Days is a very strong card, especially in multiplayer. Once this turn, target spirit may repeat the lowest cost power they have in play by paying its cost again. You may do likewise. Song of Sanctity is very meh. I don't really like this card. Targeted, restricted to mountains, jungles. If explorers are present, push all of them. Otherwise, remove a blight. And Confounding Mist. This is a card I really like a lot. 1 energy fast. Wind and Water, defend 4, which is great. Each invader added to target land this turn may be immediately pushed to any adjacent land. Okay, and so Confounding Mists, great card here. Going to take that one. It's going to give me a good defend. And then Keeper, unfortunately, has to kind of place this starting presence in its starting land and make a sacred site. But I'm going to pull from the top so that I get, and we'll push this down here is my plan. And then I'm going to play Boon of Growing Power. And this is where, so Boon of Growing Power, target spirit gains a power card. If you target another spirit, they also gain 1 energy. Now, one thing that you'll notice in a lot of my videos geared towards new players, I always say, don't target yourself with things that you would target other spirits with in a multiplayer game. Now, this card can target any, and especially turn 1, in a multiplayer game, I still usually target this to myself. So I'm going to play it, and I'm going to target myself with it. Okay. Okay, they build in the mountains. It's okay, and nice that Jungles Explore prevented the Wilds token. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to make a play. Hopefully the events don't screw with it. I'm going to try to make a play to get this backboard pocketed. Like get this 7, 8, and 6 pocketed, kind of Explorer pocketed next turn, I think is the plan. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here. You know, we have a 50-50 shot of Wetlands or Sands Explore, so this could prevent an Explore. I'm going to give this to myself. Let's see what we get. Elusive Ambushes, so this is kind of perfect. Perfect card here for us. It's got Sun, it's got Fire, which we want. 1 damage or defend 4. Target land has to be a Dahan land, but that's okay. We can work with that. Infested Aquifers. If target land has any disease, 1 damage each invader. Or if it's mountains, wetlands, 1 fear and 1 disease. Scream Disease into the Wind. +1 with all powers. And then after a spirit uses a target land, they add 1 disease to that land. I'm going to go with Elusive Ambushes. Okay. And so now we're going to get another. So I've already got 2 cards. And so I think that what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take another one here. I'm going to go from top. I have to place into this back land. This is going to let me get another power card and add a presence to a land without blight. And I'm actually going to, see, we have 3 energy. We're gaining 4 energy this turn. So I'm going to get a major. And let's see what we draw for majors. So some interesting majors. Dream of Untouched Land. Remove 3 blight and up to 3 health worth of invaders from any land. Any from away from a sacred site. And then if you threshold it, you get to add a new island board next to the target board. You ignore the icons and add a bunch of stuff. Infinite Vitality, a great card. Dahan have +4 health while on target land. You can't add blight when it would be added. Instead, leave it on the card. If you get if you get 4 Earth, Dahan can't be damaged and destroyed in target land, and you remove a blight, so it can be blight removal. Strangling Firevine, 1 from a sands, destroy all explorers. Add a wilds. Add 1 wilds in the originating sands. 1 wild, 1 damage per wilds in adjacent /adjacent to target land. And then if you have 2 and 3, 1 damage per wilds in or adjacent to target land. And that's in the slow. And so I think, like Infinite Vitality is probably like the pick. Oh, and then Pyroclastic Flow, of course. 2 damage, destroy all explorers. If it's a jungle or wetlands, add a blight. And then, if you threshold it, you get 4 damage and you add a wilds. Infinite Vitality is a really strong pick here. It's just a really strong card. Strangling Firevine, it's a little bit of a spicy pick, but could be fun. And like this could just be a really fun pick for us. And I'm tempted to do it. Pyroclastic Flow, of course. I could use it. So I could use Pyroclastic Flow to solve this land, or solve this land, and then defend this land. I think I'm gonna go with Strangling Firevine though. Like it just seems like it's fun. I don't use it often. It's a spicier pick. Let's do it. And we're gonna get rid of Towering Wrath. And then I get to add a presence. And I'm going to do it so that I get to play 2 cards this turn. And let's see. Let's put this. This is going to give us just. Actually, nope. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this. It's not going to give me as good of coverage. But we'll be putting out more presence anyway. I'll put this here. And that's going to let me do what I want. Let's go 1. 2. Okay. We're not going to play Strangling Firevines this turn. But again, I'm going to try to pocket this back board a little bit. Defend 4 there. 2 damage there. We'll take a blight we're going to do a Dahan Sacrifice. Oof, I don't like this one. For the rest of this turn, after an action destroys 1 or more buildings, add 1 building to an adjacent land. Okay, if there's no adjacent lands, you don't add anything. That's kind of lame. Add 1 to the inland land with the most buildings. Well, that's not terrible. Let's throw this here. Just to prevent future builds there, maybe. I don't have Dahan. Alright. Ravage here. Destroy that. Stop the blight. I have to add a building. I'm going to add it up there. Destroy that. Okay, I have to add a building. I'm going to add it up here. They build in the jungle. And now they explore. Okay. And so I stopped a wetlands build, which is exactly what I wanted to do. And then I'm going to add an explore token up there. Okay, so I'm looking pretty good, actually. I'm not upset with where this is. I'm going to... I'm now, like... I'm basically... if a Mountains Explorers... I'm basically kind of now... Because I played from the back with a good... Dahan Sacrifice and took some Blight. I'm playing from the back, and now... I'm kind of working in these 3 lands, right? And I'm actually planning to clear this one out this turn. And then hopefully Strangling Firevines is like looking a lot less good now, but I can always get another major. It's not a big deal. I'm fine with it. So I did overspend. So typically what you want to do is you want to try to keep, 3 energy so that you can, keep gaining and placing presence. That's okay. I'm still going to gain a card here. Let's gain another minor. We've got sap, which I think is what I'm going to take. This is going to be, that's going to be a tough defend. Actually, I'm going to take Gift of Living Energy here, just because it's got that it's perfect on element, and it's going to give us lots of energy. And then I'm going to play another card. Again, I would have wanted to grow to like 3 card plays this turn, would have been ideal, but that's okay. We can play 2. And we'll do these 2. And we'll finish playing cards. Give ourselves some energy here. And defend that for 4. Ooh. Alright, so we got rising interest in the land. Your island is unlike any the invaders have seen. Their leaders begin to take interest in tales of strangeness. I can return the top card of the invader deck to the box. Skip cards specially placed during setup. And then add 1 to a land without 1. Or I can weave lies in the minds of their observers. Weave minds and lies of their observers. So 4 energy per player, aided by air. Return the top fear card to the box during the next normal ravage. Each building does +1 damage. And so that's, and this is why drafting air can be really good, because this is an event you want to pay for usually. And so I could ignore curiosity, which is, I don't really want to ignore curiosity because I've got this backboard isolated. Typically, you want to pay for this event, and so I think I will. I have the energy for it, so I'm just going to pay the energy. If I didn't have the energy, I might even forget Confounding Mists, but I have the energy. I'm just going to pay for it. Add 1 to a jungle without blight. 1 fear if invaders are present. Let's do that. Again, the reason I'm adding here is that, we're going to be exploring on the coast a lot. So hopefully this beast will help manage my jungle coast for me. Okay. And then on each board, add 1 wilds to a land with the Han. Well, let's do that then. Actually, yeah, it's fine. I would have added my wilds. Yeah, see. And I should have added my wilds back here to land number 6 to kind of prevent that explore back there. But it's okay. I'm not too concerned. I'm going to gain a power card. And I'm thinking of gaining another major and replacing... Well, Fire Vines can still... Fire Vines can still do some work for me. So I think I'm going to keep it for now. And I'll gain another minor. Okay, we got some good stuff here. Okay. Call to migrate, gather up to 3, push up to 3. Disorienting landscape, push 1 explorer. If target land is mountain or jungle, add a wilds. Roiling bog and snagging thorn. 1 fear, isolate, defend 2. 1 to Han does not participate in ravage. Tormenting rotflies. If target land has invaders, 2 fear. If disease is present, 1 fear. If blight is present, 1 fear. You also, sands, wetlands. I think I'm going to go Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn. It's going to help me hit my innates, which will help a lot. And then it gives me that isolate. It gives me defense. So it's a good card. I'm going to grow to 3 card plays here. I'll put this here. And I think I'm going to reclaim and get an energy. And that's going to give us some options for defense. I'm going to play Strangling Firevine, have a plan for that. Going to play... Man, my Blight is in areas I just can't remove it, which makes me a little sad, but that's alright. Let's play Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn. And Gift of Living Energy. And that's gonna... We'll take another Blight. That's fine. I can remove it next turn. With Regrow from Roots. I could also do this. That's just shorts me a little bit, though. But I don't have a lot of things I need to destroy. So let's do that. I mean, the defense not enough. The defense not enough to make it worth it. So, okay, we'll isolate that. The next Explore card matches all lands without buildings instead of the printed type, so I'm glad I isolated my backboard a little bit here. Okay, well, I mean, I guess, sure. Fortune Seekers killing my Dahan and my Explorers in my mountain. And I get to replay it. Cool, and I got Towering Wrath back. Okay, so Strangling Firevine. We're going to go here. We're going to choose this as our originating sands. We'll add a Blight in both. Okay. Actually, I don't want to do it that way. I want to go to here. And I'll still pick that as my originating sands. There we go. That's a better choice. That now we're cleared out there because I just get to push this guy out like so. And then we get to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 damage in there. So now we're really only worried about the Ravage in one land, and we're not even that worried about it. Okay. So now this is where, again, you can see I left the energy to gain another power card here. And we have Towering Wrath, but it's not super helpful. I'm going to gain another major. And, okay, well, we definitely gained a major with Vigor of the Breaking Dawn. I mean, a lot of good things. Like, none of these are bad majors. Blazing Renewal, perfectly on element. In a single land within 2 of my presence, I add 2 of my destroyed presence. If any was added, 2 damage to each building. Great green card. Unfortunately, I have no destroyed presence, so not super useful to me. Paralyzing Fright. Skip all invader actions. Do not ravage, build, or explore. If you threshold it, you get an additional 4 fear. So, I mean, that, and I could threshold it. I mean, we're looking at, that's 2 fear cards and a skip. Like a full skip. So, I mean, really, you're really you're skipping and you're just really advancing this win con. Right? Like, 2 fear cards is crazy in single player. I mean, 8 fear is nothing to sneeze at in multiplayer either. You know, in a 2-player game, that's 1 fear card. Tiger's Hunting. We got Tiger's Hunting. Gather up to, or 2 fear. Add 1 beast. Gather up to 1 beast. 1 damage per beast, and then push up to 2. It's no Blight, though, which is not something that I really want at this time. And then Vigor of the Breaking Dawn. 2 damage per Dahan. And then if you threshold it, you may push up to 2 Dahan, and lands you push Dahan to 2 damage per Dahan present. So a big multi-land solve, right? And if I make this smaller, my big problem here is I've only got, like, I've made a bunch of Dahan sacrifices, so I don't have a lot of Dahan left to make use of Vigor. But, you know, Vigor could, you know, it helps you set up Dahan for counterattacks. Like, I could, you know, push the Dahan into here, and then push these into here. I don't think, if I had more Dahan, I'd probably go Vigor. But I think because I don't have a lot of Dahan right now, I'm going to go with Paralyzing Fright. We're going to forget that. We get to add another Blight. Or not, we get to add another Presence to a land without Blight. Do this. And I'm going to push. Well, I've got Sankersect Wilderness here. Yeah, I'll push these up here for a nice defend. And then we're going to add another one. I'm going to add so I get 4 card plays. And I'll put this just in here in case I get something that's range 0. 1, 2, 3. And I don't have energy. That's okay. I don't have the energy this turn. So I'll play this instead. And that will let me play Elusive Ambushes. I don't really need Elusive Ambushes this turn, and it's not going to help me. We'll do that instead. Get more cards, okay? Defend that for 4. And they won't theoretically build in that land. Let's just skip everything in here. Okay, there we go. If I have any fear cards, discard 2 of them now. Great. Oh, that's right. We're Terror 2. We're good. For every 2 fear cards currently in the fear discard pile, invaders do +1 damage per land when ravaging. Okay. On each board, add 1 beast to a land adjacent to beast, then destroy 1 Dahan in a land with beast. Put 1 in there. And then we get an additional 5 defense. Alright, Panic. Each player adds 1 strife in a land. Well, I guess we'll just add it there. Remove 1 from an inland land. Okay, sure. Okay, we have to add a... So, we have to add a town to a land without town... without it. A land without towns. Now, 2 options. I could put it in here, right? Because they're going to explore in there. There's a beast in there, which could take care of the explorer, and there's a build token. But if I add it up here, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. I mean, I guess it actually, that was silly. I forgot that I had that this land's not already isolated. So I am going to add it here, and that's because now this won't explore at all. Okay. I forgot that this is still a source. I just skipped it. It's not isolated. So had this been isolated, I would have put it up there, but since it's not, and then we'll get a card. We'll get a miner. Sear Anger is great. Again, lets us hit our innates. We'll pull that blight out so we can do stuff in there. We'll do that. All right. Okay. Let's reclaim our cards and add another presence. We're gonna grow to get 5 cards here. I think is a good choice. Sacred Site that up. Okay, I don't need this card, so I'm going to do this. And that's going to give me a bunch of damage to finish that off. And I don't need the defend. I'm going to go Synchrosect Wilderness here like this. This is going to be, I think, my best play. Myself a bunch of energy. Give myself more fear cards. I mean, so we win in the slow is what's going to happen now. Okay. All right. Choose a sacred site, gather one into its land, and add one additional. And oh no, that I keep reading the stage 1 just because it's the top part. Invaders do +1 damage per land when ravaging. Okay, that's fine. On each board, add 1 disease to the jungle or wetland with the most buildings. We only have 1 choice there. Remove a blight from a land with at least 2 Dahan. Okay, here we go. Defend 3, and I mean we've just shut Prussia down with Keeper here. Ooh, we have to add that. That's fine. Put that there. We get to add more. Just put it back here, just to add some to fun places. We can add this here. Okay, so we are doing a bunch of damage, and we get to split it between multiple lands. Let's do it here. So we're gonna deal 6 damage. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we get to do 1 more damage. And we win. Okay, no cities on the island. We were actually, I mean, we're pretty close to a fear victory on that one. But as you can see, Keeper is a strong spirit. Just if played right, really shuts down the board. So turn 6 victory. You know, we still had plenty of invader deck to tear through. Healthy island do still, even with our taking a few blight, we were able to heal it up. And then, you know, we were another turn of playing paralyzing fright, and we would have just had a fear victory. But you know, with that key starting, you know, Dahan trade up here, and getting these back lands isolated. You know, we were kind of just playing. Excuse me. We're kind of just playing on these 5 lands for the whole game. I mean, not even really this one. So we kind of we're playing a full spirit on half a board, and Prussia is weak to that, right? Prussia is weak to explorer denial and board control because they don't have anything crazy like some of the other spirits, like England or Russia or Habsburg. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time we're going to continue with our 1, 2, 3 series and probably do Prussia 3, or I might also, again, I have some other videos in the works that are, you know, lore themed, tier list themed, things like that. So hope to see you next time. Next time on Caveman TV.